Martin Scorsese talks about the making of The Departed with DigitalContentProducer.com senior editor Michael Goldman. To listen to this exclusive interview in its entirety, log on to DigitalContentProducer.com/podcast. Read the companion article at DigitalContentProducer.com or in the October-November print issue of Millimeter Magazine.
Well, I think one of the things I have to state before trying to answer that question was that it's the first film that takes place in the present day that I've done in 21 years. Every picture I've done in the past 21 years has been a period piece. So, to me, it was stripping away complexity in colors, and because of the complex nature of the story, yet there's simplicity to that complexity in the story, we think. And I wanted the image to reflect that. In other words, strip away elements, strip away colors. Ultimately, I don't think you've seen the version that we've worked on the DI.
I've only seen some HD versions on it.
No, the DI has an actually colder look to it. A colder look, white, blue, black, some red, some brown, some here and there. But basically a stripped down look for the story and the characters, mainly the characters to come to the forefront.
Michael Bauhaus had mentioned that you showed him some gangster pictures from the 40s sort of as a bit of reference for a bit of a desaturated kind of idea. What were some of the references you had in mind that you were talking to him about?
Oh, yeah, T-Men. I always show John Alton films. I like the way photography and the Anthony Mann, T-Men, and Raw Deal, those two films, but particularly T-Men, because I also wanted, it's very important, I wanted a stripped-down look to the picture in terms of color and lighting, and yet at times to be bold in the lighting, like as a throw, and as a homage or reference back, because the film on one level is noir, based on the noir genre, but it's different because it's modern day. The noir of today is different from the noir of 10 years ago, or 20 years ago, or 40 years ago. So it reflects a different culture, reflects a different time in the world. But I still wanted visual references back to noir photography at its height, which was John Alton and a number of other Moussa Rocca, people like that, back in the 40s, when noir was born, so to speak, after Double Indemnity, particularly post-war. And so if you look at the picture, you could see very clearly, particularly in the police station, there are certain very noirish lighting effects, or lighting moods, I should say, particularly in Colin's office, Matt Damon's office, towards the end of the film, even to the extension of the shadows of the Venetian blinds, all of that. So I decided on blinds in the set so we could close them and open them, and we could look through the glass walls so you could see, because it's all about trust and betrayal and people hearing and people peering where they shouldn't be, people spying on each other. It's all glass walls, and they put down the shades, and these shades have cut across their figures in streaks of white and black, across their faces, because they're just literally cutting each other to ribbons, really, ultimately, by the end of the movie. And then there was a direct reference for enjoyment, for us to, again, for lineage, going back to lineage, and this kind of film. There's also a lineage to the gangster film, the gangster genre. I mean, not just noir from the late 40s, but also the gangster genre because of the Costello character, Jack Nicholson, and the underworld that it depicts. And so for me, there's two major films of that period that are really important. Public Enemy, the William Wellman film, which is a very toughness. This is probably the toughest gangster picture ever made. And we want to, just in general, refer to that from time to time. But more specifically, make direct reference to Howard Hawks' and Howard Hughes' Scarface. In Scarface, in 1931 or 32, I think it was, it's stronger and it's more it's more, how should I put it, it's used sparingly and it's used in a more effective way, which is the fact that every time somebody's killed, there's an X in the frame, a cross. And sometimes that cross, you have to find it when you look at the film. It's either in the lighting and shadow, or in the famous case in the film, if you know the picture, Boris Karloff is a gangster, he's bowling, and he's hiding out, he's bowling, and he gets shot off camera by Scarface, by Paul Muni, I think, or George Raft. And you see the ball going in the runner. The ball just drops, you don't see his body. And then you see somebody put an X on the scoreboard for a strike. And so those X's became X's everywhere in the film. And in the sense that we tried, because pretty much all the main characters have the same fate in this picture. And they're all X'd out fooling around with throughout the picture. So really, these elements go back to the idea of the noir and then the gangster film itself, the genres that we're talking about, and they're all references to genres. The opera that Jack Nicholson goes to see is Lucia di Lammermoor. That's the sextet, and that sextet is the theme that Paul Muni whistled every time he killed someone in Scarface.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's a direct reference there, and it goes back to that. Just for those who are interested, you know, the film is still with that sort of stuff.
Digital Content Producer Podcast.